Good afternoon, students. As we started a new chapter, Our Country India, in two classes we completed the location and the political division of India, the physical division of India, the northern mountains and its subdivisions, the northern plains and the Deccan Plateau. Today we will start from the Great Indian Desert. Beyond the Aravalli Range in the west, the northern plain gives way to the Great Indian Desert or the Third Desert, which extends into Pakistan. So, the Third Desert is situated to the west of Aravalli Range. The name of the desert is Thar. It is extended into Pakistan also. This region is dry, sandy and gets very little amount of rainfall. As this region is very dry and sandy and gets very little amount of rainfall, so the humidity of the climate of this region is very less. Most of the rivers or streams disappear into stand or drain into salt water. As most of the streams disappear into sand and drain in the saltwater lake, so there is a scarcity of water in this area. River Luni flows through the southern part of the desert for some part of the year. River Luni is the longest river of this desert and it is flows in some part of the year. It is not continuously flowing river or a perennial river. The coastal plain bordered the Deccan Plateau on the east and west. The western coastal plain lies between the Western Ghat and Arabian Sea. The eastern coast plain are wider because of the delta formed by east flowing peninsular rivers. The sea along the east coast is shallow and unsuitable for harbors. So, the coastal plain is mainly divided into two parts in India, divided by the Deccan Plateau. One is the western coast and another is the eastern coast. Western coastal plain lies between the Western Ghat and Arabian Sea, and eastern coast lies between the Eastern Ghat and Bay of Bengal. Eastern coast plains are wider because of the delta formed by eastern flowing peninsular rivers. The sea along the east coast is shallow and unsuitable for harbors. As most of the rivers of India are east facing, so they deposited many sedimentation in the coastal area or confluence. So the coastal area, the coast is very shallow and not suitable for harbor. The island regions. The Lakshadweep islands, meaning the thousands of islands, is group of 36 coral islands. They are located in the shallow mud-free warm tropical water of the Arabian Sea, 300 km to the west of the Kerala coast. Most islands are uninhabitable due to the absence of drinking water. So the islands of the India is mainly divided into two groups. One is Lakshadweep and another is Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The Lakshadweep island, meaning the hundred and thousand of islands, it is a group of 36 coral islands. The islands are made by corals. They are located in the shallow mud-free warm tropical western waters of Arabian Sea, 300 km of the west of Kerala coast. So the distance of the Lakshadweep from the mainland of India is 300 km. Most islands are uninhabitable due to the absence of drinking water. Due to the scarcity of water, most of the islands is uninhabitable. The Andaman and Nicobar Island, located in the Bay of Bengal, are larger and more numerous. They are the remains of submerged volcanic mountain ranges. India's only active volcano is located here. The 10-degree channel separated Andaman and Nicobar Islands. There are around 572 islands, of which less than 40 are inhabitable, and some of the primitive tribes live in wild with little or no contact with the world other than their forest. So Andaman is larger and bigger in size than Lakshadweep Island, and it is situated in Bay of Bengal. There are total 572 islands in Andaman Nicobar Islands. Andaman and Nicobar Island divided by the 10-degree channel. In the large group of islands, 40 islands are inhabitable, and some of primitive tribes like Jaroa and Sentinelese are lived in these islands, and they have no contact with the world, or a very less contact with the world. They live in the forest and they collect their food and shelter from the forest materials. Geographical unity of India. In spite of great geographical and regional diversity, India is an integrated entity or unit. The physical and cultural differences enrich the country heritage. So, as we know, India has a great geographical and regional diversity, as the physical features is not same all over the India, or the regional culture or language or food not same. Each and every region has its own culture, language, food, dress, shelter or housing designs. But despite of that, India has its unique identity, and all of the regions are united as Indians. The physical and cultural differences enriches the country's heritage. All the states and union territories are independent for crops, minerals, fuels and forest resources. The northern mountain gives rise to the perennial rivers that flow through the India. They provide us the water for hydraulic power, agriculture and industries and domestic use. The Himalaya are rich source of forest wealth as well. So the rivers flow from the Himalaya is generally perennial rivers, and it flow through all India, and they provide us water for hydroelectricity power, agriculture and industry and domestic use. The Himalayas are rich source of forest wealth also. Many hill stations and sacred shrines are frequented by people for tourism and pilgrims. These mountains are very important for defense point of view. The Himalayas trap the monsoon winds to give us rain, cut off very cold wind of the Central Asia from entering India. And the Himalaya is also provide us the monsoon wind, which give us the rain, and it also protect us from the cold wind from the Central Asia, which cannot come through the Himalayan mountain to the India. The northern plain are the granaries of the country. The land is well suited for agriculture, as soil is fertile and easy to dig. Many agro-based industries also found here. Many old and important cities and towns are also located here. They have a good network of roads and railways. So the northern plain called as the greenery of the country, as it is the land of the plain is very fertile, and it is very good for agriculture. Thus, and many agro-based industries are also found here, and the most oldest cities of India is located here, and it has a very good network of road and railway. The peninsular plateau is also storehouse of variety of minerals like iron ore, coal, manganese that provides the basis of modern industry to benefit the entire nation. It also provided the ideal location for hydro power plants. The coastal area, islands, and delta are important for agriculture and fishing. The port opened gates for international trade. India is growing because of the exchange of raw materials and fishing goods. The expertise with the nation and neighboring countries. Peninsular plateau also is very important for us as it is called the storehouse of variety of minerals like iron ore, coal, manganese that provide the basis of the modern industry to benefit the entire nation. It also provides the ideal location to hydro power plant. The coastal area, islands, delta are important for agriculture and fishing. The port open gates for international trade. India is growing because of the exchange of raw materials and fishing goods, expertise with the nation and neighboring countries. So each of the physical features of India has its unique benefits that enriches our country and our culture overall. So India has its diversity, but it has its own unity lies on in the diversity. So each and every part of India is important for everyone and it benefits the whole country. So we completed the chapter Our Country India today. From the next day we will start the exercises. Read the chapter very carefully, and if you have any problem you can call me.